It's 7 in the evening when some creepy CCTV video captures a person with their face covered walking up to a New Zealand home and letting themselves in. Exactly 2 minutes later, the intruder is caught on CCTV video exiting the property and walking much more cautiously than before. That's because cradled in her arms is an infant whose small tuft of black hair you can barely see at 40 seconds and again at 1 minute as she goes down the driveway. The person seems to be talking to the baby and taking special care to make sure it doesn't cry and alert the father, who is sleeping inside. As it turns out, this person caught on tape is none other than a babysitter they've hired for the day. She later returns without the child and tells the father that somebody else had gotten into the house and took the child while she was asleep. When he checks the CCTV home security cameras, it's easy to see she is the one responsible. The babysitter was sentenced to 3 years behind bars for these bizarre videos, and I was wondering if you thought that was enough based on the evidence. You can see she has plenty of time to put the child back, but she follows through without hesitation, not even a pause in her step or a look back to indicate a pang of guilt for the parents or the child. This is really messed up behavior and she could probably use a longer sentence in my opinion. Before we go any further, I just wanted to say thank you to our sponsor Audible. You've probably heard of them before because they are the best site if you're into audiobooks. They have a massive selection of bestsellers and new releases spanning across all the most popular genres. And now with Audible Plus, you get full access to their Plus catalog, which is filled with thousands and thousands of select originals, audiobooks, and podcasts. Audible has a free 30-day trial, and I would recommend checking out The Amityville Horror by Jay Anson. In December 1975, the Lutz family moved into their new home on suburban Long Island. The price was too good since 1 year prior, a man had taken the lives of his entire family in that home. Just 28 days later, the Lutz family fled the house never to return. This is their story. It's a great listen if you're in the mood for something scary. So visit audible.com/chills or text chills to 500-500 to start your 30-day free trial. The link will also be at the top of the description, so check it out. Creepy CCTV video has caught a scary man on tape, prowling around a yard looking eerie as can be. He tries to stay low but fails, remaining caught on CCTV videotape the whole time, as he kneels by the bike and tries to take something off it. He loudly breaks something valuable from the sound of it. His lookout looks a lot more normal and makes me wonder why his partner is wearing that creepy mask. He must be really getting into the part, I guess. Anyway, they leave not knowing they've been identified on CCTV. This took place in England, so if you happen to recognize this creepy character, contact the Sheffield Police in South Yorkshire. Tricky says he's noticed way too many weird things caught on camera while exploring the aptly named Ghost Lady House in India.
Guys, கொசு வரலாம் இருக்கீங்க. எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சு யாராச்சும் வாழ்ந்துருக்க கூட சான்ஸ்.
A disembodied voice whispers over a discarded woman's dress, perhaps the spirit of whoever once wore it when they were alive. But the creepy stuff is just getting started.
அது ஒரு ஃப்ளோல வந்துருச்சு, அந்த பயத்துல வந்துருச்சு. அதான் வருது, ரொம்பவே வருது.
He knows that the inhabitant of this haunted house wants him to leave, so the investigator makes a compromise and leaves a camera running while he steps outside. A strange moving shadow occupies the doorway, not necessarily the figure of a person per se, but it's a dark shadow nonetheless. Maybe it's a bat flying around, or maybe it's a phantom limb. When the ghost hunter re-enters the house to retrieve his equipment, the shadow person does not take kindly to this final intrusion.
Door वाली
With 2 angry swipes, the poltergeist knocks a door off the hinges. Tricky gets the message and writes this place off his urbex list. Good decision. An unknown creature's been caught on camera in the sky of all places.
What is this? What the is this thing in the air?
A stunned woman begins to question her life and her sanity upon recording a creature with tentacle-like appendages flapping about in mid-air. She's parked on the far end of a not-so-busy lot, so that explains the general lack of other witnesses. I'm pretty sure this creature sighting's not real, because this is the only video I could find of it. It would be hard to miss a giant creature wiggling in the skyline like this, so you would think there would be more. My best guess is they've superimposed video of a jellyfish or some other deep sea creature over the sky to create this monster, but I'm not a special effects expert, so who knows? A scary man dressed in all white is caught on CCTV video entering a home in Fort Worth, Texas. Notice how he's pulled his sleeve over his hand so as not to leave behind any fingerprints for further evidence. If he would have looked up, he would notice he had already been caught on home security video. He's surprised to be confronted by a woman who doesn't run. I'm not exactly sure what you should do if an intruder ever comes into your home, so don't take this video as advice, but as this scary CCTV video shows, you never know when these things could happen. An adventurer in India sees something truly chilling.
ये तो वही चुड़ैल है। ये कोई औरत खड़ी हुई है नीचे। हम छत के ऊपर आए हैं कैमरे उतारने के लिए और ये औरत नीचे खड़ी हुई है। भागो इधर से।
He diverts his horrified gaze, and when he looks up, it's gone, but not for long.
ये आप देख सकते हैं, ये कमरे भी आप देख सकते हैं लॉक किए हुए हैं इन्होंने। ये आप सुन सकते हैं।
Red blotches on the curtains mark where an apparition has touched the cloth. I did not see these handprints here moments before. He goes outside and finds a drastic change of weather, further evidence of displeasing a powerful spirit.
ये आप देख सकते हैं, ये आवाज़ें भी आप सुन सकते हैं।
He turns around to go inside for shelter, only to be greeted by the sound of a child's voice through a partially open door.
अभी दोस्तों हम इधर से जा रहे हैं, इंशाल्लाह नेक्स्ट टाइम हम जब आएंगे किसी बुजुर्ग को साथ में लेकर आएंगे।
He wisely decides to wait out the storm outside and does not go back in. I suppose he figures it would be quicker and less scary to chance it with the lightning, rather than return to whatever poltergeist activity is waiting for him there. Don't watch this video alone at night, warns a YouTube channel called Real Ghost Official. He must not know how brave the average Chills fan is after years of watching scary videos. Anyway, he's exploring some abandoned places in India when a startling discovery is made. Caught on camera is a pale, puzzling, wispy figure. A strange light that disappears into the dark without a trace. If there is a road behind him, then this could be the headlights of an oncoming car playing across the wall. Still, I will admit it is quite bizarre to have a light anomaly suddenly appear in such an extraordinarily spooky location, so a ghost sighting is not out of the question. If only he would have turned around, we would know for sure if this is from a car or not. However, turning around is the last thing you would do if you thought of an apparition in front of you. It's past midnight at a police station in Pahang, Malaysia. A quiet crew plays chess to help pass the time, completely unaware of something that stays 2 moves ahead.
Astagfirullah, ya Allah. Selesai. Keluar. Udah. Ya Allah. Azan.
The faint outline of a figure leaves them fearfully singing for protection and clambering over each other to stay far away. A different police video taken 10 years later shows more scary things that are just beyond creepy. In the darkness looms a mysterious figure, not wearing a reflective vest like everyone else, that also does not reveal any detail whatsoever, even when directly under the high-powered beam of a police flashlight. Not to mention those crying noises coming from the woods. It could be speakers, but I really doubt the police would be wasting time faking paranormal videos, so either this is a joke being played on them, or else these scary ghost videos are actually real. I want to get the opinions of people from Malaysia, where this video was made, to help me decide if these creepy videos are real, or part of a viral trend, or what. Either way, you know the paranormal activity's bad, when even the police are too afraid to do something about it. Not that there's much they can do. A small town west of Moscow called Mazhaisk has an eerie, supposedly real ghost sighting, caught by a tourist while admiring the architecture of a Capitol building. A Russian paranormal group says that this could be the spirit of a monk who was once forbidden by a prince to leave the town. Perhaps it's real, or maybe after researching this story, the group decided to stage this video and pretend it was submitted to them randomly. There's no way to tell for certain. In some parts of the world, it's customary to never put your shoes on in a hurry. Here's why. A large snake has coiled up in the toe of his shoe and refuses to get out. If he had put it on without looking, then the snake would have no doubt defended itself. He says that this is a non-venomous juvenile rat snake, and I wanted to know if this is an accurate description. I see no bright markings, so I would say he's at least right about the non-venomous part. He gets it out using a hook they keep around just for this purpose and does not seem too worried about it, but as far as I'm concerned, any snake in my shoe should be considered highly dangerous. After watching this creepy video, I might start checking my shoes each time before I put them on. A YouTuber named Fauzi Ki Danaya of Pakistan has caught some creepy things on tape while exploring a haunted building that used to be a school.
तो ये मेरे लिए एक फ़ायदा है। अरे भाई क्या मुसीबत है अंदर।
It doesn't take very long for the scary stuff to begin.
तो ये मेरे चला खैर इसको। क्या आप जिन हो? ओए ला 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 ला। ओए कैसी आवाज़ है यार? ओए ला।
His ghost meter detects a presence in this room shortly before the paranormal activity ramps up a lot and a window slams shut on its own.
रात में नहीं हुई। इस जगह पे जो भी चीज़ मौजूद है, ये कैमरा भी घूमे जा रहा है, ब्लर क्यों हो रहा है बार बार? क्यों ब्लर हो रहा है ये समझ में नहीं आ रहा मुझे।
A final loud crash sends him running out of the building to see what's making all of the noise. All he finds is a stray cat outside, which he suspects is a shape-shifting djinn because no cat would walk towards all that commotion. I'm not so sure about all that, but I do think it's strange how this classroom is the only place where weird haunted things get caught on camera. Exploring the rest of the haunted school reveals no other paranormal activity, just whatever's by this window. Costa Rica is full of many beautiful sights. Under your pillow is not one of them.
Scorpion on my pillow.
Is it alive?
I'd say it's very much still alive. A gigantic stinger is curled high above at the ready. I don't know if he was sleeping under this terrifying creature all night, but I think he might have been. If so, he's really lucky he never fluffed the pillow. Seriously though, I really want to know what kind of scorpion this is, and how risky this event really was. Christmas is apparently a time for scary things caught on camera, according to one grumpy ghost who is not exactly in the holiday spirit. I'm not 100% convinced that this scary ghost video's real, but I have to admit it's awfully strange how their dog barks right before it happens. It sounds like the dog knows something is already in the house, something paranormal, or perhaps they are simply using a string.
We apparently caught an apparition going to the neighbor's house, going left to right by the trash cans, and in the middle of the driveway, this figure or apparition.
A ghost sighting caught on a home security camera as a small neighborhood in Paragould, Arkansas, worried something paranormal is on their block.
There it is. Walking. No legs. And she disappears.
The mysterious figure never returns after its disappearing act. It's not a neighbor, they say, because the neighbors were on vacation. They've never caught any other weird things on camera since, and other than that one night, the home security system seems to work fine. I guess there is a chance that this could be a technical malfunction, but to them it's a scary ghost video that's actually real. Having seen all of the evidence yourself, tell me if this video is paranormal. I think it could be a glitch, but I don't have the technical know-how to properly back up that explanation. Most already know that playing with a Ouija board is not a good idea anywhere, anytime, but some are still learning their lesson the hard way, or rather, the scary way. The Badabun team sets up a Ouija board in a haunted cemetery in Mexico, and soon they realize they're bound by the rules of the supernatural.
¿Puedes jugar contigo?
¡No! ¡No! ¡Uy! ¡No! ¡Ay, no! Las cadenas. ¡No!
Güey, no mames.
¡No!
I don't think anyone is pulling the object with a string because it moves in different directions while they stand in place.
No quiero voltear, güey. No, no, mira, no, 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 no.
Plus, at 23 minutes and 42 seconds, it sounds like something is grinding the pointer into the board while none of them are touching it. Was it a ghost? Maybe not. There's more than enough space for somebody to fit under the board where they could use a magnet to move the pointer from below. However, I think you'd be able to see through this gap, so this creepy video might be real. I saw a light anomaly, writes Francisco Escamilla after uploading this bizarre ring cam footage to his YouTube channel. He has no idea what this was and is looking for answers, so let's try and help. I think this could actually be paranormal because their dog just so happens to go crazy at the same time. The block is quiet and the dog doesn't really have much to bark at other than this strange moving object. Some dogs will bark at nothing, so that's not necessarily proof. The way this alleged ghost orb slowly moves makes me wonder if this is actually just a bug that was attracted to the porch light, walking across the lens up close to give this strange and spooky effect. A man in South Dakota questions whether this spooky CCTV video is genuine paranormal activity or something else. It looks like it absolutely has to be the wind at first, except for 3 things. 1. The window's closed. 2. The blue curtain doesn't move at all whatsoever, which it should be doing if this really was the wind. 3. At 18 seconds, it looks like a ghostly handprint is pushing against the curtain when zoomed in. There is a large space at the bottom that is blocked from view and unaccounted for. Somebody could be laying down there and hit the curtain with their hand, in which case this strange video has just been successfully debunked. But I guess we'll never know if that was the case or not. A wise man from Indonesia seeks to stop a wicked ghost from haunting the forest. For a while, it doesn't look like much is going to happen, but then something bizarre comes flailing at him from the forest. The odd figure stays low to the ground and does not move or sound like a normal person at all, making animal noises all the while. I'm not sure if this is a possessed man running wild in the jungle or just someone acting like a ghost, so let me know what you think this is. A YouTube channel called Mux9 TV goes exploring some extra scary woods in Pakistan late at night when they find some really creepy stuff that leaves them really freaked out.
कौन हो तुम?
Out of the woods staggers a mysterious figure who refuses to speak for a long time. His eyes look haunting, like he's seen too much in too short a time and has been wandering for days, unable to get it out of his mind. The group does not know how else to help this person, and so they recite some words of faith over him, which works to the extent of scaring him away back to wherever he came from. This doesn't look like a ghost sighting so much as the aftermath of a person who has had a paranormal experience of their own in the forest and has succumbed to madness in the days since. Either way, they're definitely not the type of person you'd want to encounter in the woods, so I bet the group is relieved when he runs away, but at the same time, he could probably use some help. Hopefully he finds peace, but with that scary stare, I don't see how such a thing is going to be possible. Seeing this simple but scary moment caught on doorbell cam would really give me chills and keep me up at night if I were home. I mean, this could be someone who got the wrong address and gets super embarrassed, or it could be someone who is about to walk straight into a home and do all sorts of horrible things until they saw they were caught on doorbell cam. I think he was about to do something really messed up because his hands drop when he sees the camera, which is not exactly the body language of someone who's completely innocent. This happened in Prescott, Arizona, and they called the cops just to be safe. I don't know if I would have gone that far, but it definitely would have me staying up a little later than normal and looking outside. What do you think this person was up to? I've got a challenge for you. Since you've made it this far, why not like this video and hit subscribe in the next 5 seconds? Because I upload 4 new scary videos every week. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. Number 1. This video was recovered from a cell phone left behind by a hotel guest who is in an extra hurry to leave for some reason. He's taking a random video when some chilling moments are caught in his hotel room.
Just me and Ann traveling, watching.
A dark shadow passes in front of him without a sound. The way he was talking out loud to himself makes it sound like he was talking to himself when the mysterious figure makes him gasp out loud and drop the phone. This situation wouldn't be too hard to fake. All you'd need is someone to walk in front of you and act scared, so it might not be real, but if this footage was really found by the next guest, like the description claims, then that's beyond creepy. three friends return to their snowy cabin with supplies. Little do they know moments earlier, a hungry woodland creature has been doing a little shopping of its own while they were gone.